Hey. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy New Year, y'all. I have not spoken to you guys since the new year. And I know I've been very sporadic, but life be lifing, but I am here. Hello, Hillbilly. Yes, first ray of sunshine of the week. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. I'm going to start y'all off with some positive vibes because you know what I say. It's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, go rise in the sun.
Hey.
Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you want to be.
Hey.
Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Good morning, Nancy. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Set your affirmations, aspirations.
I got shit to do.
The aftermath of preparation.
Good food, good mood. Hello, Debbie.
One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it.
Set a goal
you control, and the steps you take them.
I try to
pick one thought, have some concentration.
And good morning, Valerie.
Education.
I try to do this every day.
Call it replication.
Hey!
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
What?
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a
good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm
I got one back here.
But you always gotta
I got one
from the demons, yo.
Negative thoughts.
Some poison the ride. Head full of flies, so he come with clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap
all the bad for the good in my head.
When I'm lost.
What? Hey, so I'ma fake it till I make it.
Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. So flow, you grow, you show yourself the foundation.
Stay away from all the shit that causes
temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a
I'm itching.
Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it.
What?
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up,
Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, good morning, good morning. Yes, I have one mosquito bite, Val, on my back. I felt it yesterday. I was like, where I get this bite from? But I didn't get bit up that much in Jamaica. I know that due to the rain, the mosquitoes must have come out. So you got a little Jamaican bites. All right, that's what I'm gonna call them, Jamaican bites. All right. So we are back from Jamaica. And I just want to say, I really appreciate my homies. Okay. These girls showed out for me. Like I planned to go to Jamaica for my birthday, and these three women, Val, Debbie, and Fancy, they automatically off the rip. Now I'm itching. Off the rip said that they were gonna go. And they kept their word and they kept their promise. And we had a great time. It was four of us, and we had a great time. And the wonderful thing about the four of us and the way we went on vacation is nobody babysitted anybody. Everybody kind of did what they wanted to do. We spent quality time together, but then we also spent individual time together. What do I mean by that? I am a beach bum. Right? Not everyone is a beach bum. Some people like the pool. Some people like just sitting in a chair or whatever the case may be and relaxing, reading a book or whatever. I'm a beach bum. So I don't push folks to come sit on the beach with me. But I spent my time and I was like, y'all, I'm out. I'm going to the beach and I'm having a beach day. And it was wonderful. The first day, we all spent some hours on the beach. The next time I went to the beach, Debbie found me on the beach and we spent some time together on the beach. And so we had a great time. These ladies also came with me for the photo shoot I did on the glass kayak boat, the clear kayak boat, I should say. And it was interesting because although my pictures, the water looked so calm, right? The water looks so calm. Photography is amazing. But when I was in the water taking the pictures, right, they push you out there. You're out there, right? In the middle, not in the middle of the ocean, but you're out far enough, right? And so the parts that you didn't see was that the waves were socking it to me. They were hitting me left and right. But the pictures came out so nice. Okay. And so I really appreciate the ladies for traveling with me to do the photo shoot. After that, we did our own photo shoot, although it was met by a rude Jamaican man. See, when you go to Jamaica, I'm used to some of the Jamaican men being aggressive. I shouldn't call it rude because culturally, I just think they're aggressive, right? And from an American standpoint, it comes across rude. And so this gentleman wanted us so bad to take pictures with his horse. Okay. And I was like, I don't want to take pictures with your horse. Right. And I told him, no, thank you. We are about to leave. But before we left, I wanted to do our own personal photo shoot because we were well coordinated with the white. And I wanted to do our own photo shoot. And so when he saw us over there doing our pictures, he actually came over to us and was like, why did you lie to me? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you said you were leaving, right? And I said, and I am when I'm fucking ready to leave, right? And he was like, well, you didn't have to lie to me. I didn't lie to you, sir. The first thing I said to you was, good morning, Michael. Good morning, Aquanda. The first thing I said to you was no, thank you, right? Which meant that I was being polite. I did not want your services. I said, no, thank you. That should have been the end of the conversation. But he kept going. He kept pushing the narrative of let me take pictures for y'all. I said, no, I have my tripod. I went back and forth with this man until I got to the point where I was frustrated and I told him that he was being rude. All right. And that it's okay to accept no fucking thank you. Okay. And so I'm used to the men being aggressive in Jamaica because I go a lot. And I could be just as aggressive, right? And I don't be thinking at the time that this man gonna snatch me up. First of all, we weren't there by ourselves. I had a driver with me. So if anything would have happened, there was somebody there. Okay. I never travel around Jamaica without someone that I know. So I have a driver that comes and either he comes himself or he sends somebody to come over to pick us up. You see, I came over and stood behind you when he kept pushing up on. Yes, you did. Let me tell you something. When he kept pushing up, right, Val, I was thinking this motherfucker might try something, but I'd have been out in Jamaica doing a kung fu shuffle. The fuck? That shit. it would have been on the Jamaican news because they'd have been like, this American woman done jumped up and fly kicked this man in his mouth. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? So Val did stand behind me as a force of protection. And I appreciate that. I do. Okay, because listen, no thank you. The fuck? That's why next year I'm taking my man because they be doing too much. And I don't like to wear a lot of clothes. And so I know that I be out there half naked and shit, ass out. But it's my body and it's my choice whether I want to interact with you or not. Okay? No matter what I'm wearing or not wearing. Period. Okay? And so that was an experience. But ultimately, we had a great time. We really, really did. We had a great time. I believe we did everything we were supposed to do. Now, one night we had a bad experience in one of the restaurants. We did. This waiter was so aggravated with us. One, they squeezed us into the reservation of the restaurant because this hotel, their restaurants get booked up real fast because some people book in advance before they even get there. And so they squeezed us into a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant, and this waiter was so rude. So after we ordered all of our food, right? We ordered all of our food, and this is what I said. I'm done. I got the fuck up. Debbie looked at me and said, you done, Roy? I was like, I'm leaving. I didn't care that I ordered my food. I'm fucking leaving. And when I got up to leave, Debbie, Valerie, and Fancy and we all got up to leave. The waiter said, where y'all going? I said, your waiter is rude. Okay? Your waiter is rude, and I will not sit here and eat in this restaurant. I'm out. See, I don't entertain bad service. I don't give a fuck. I will get up and I will fuck leave. Okay, I can be a little aggressive. That was one experience. The other experience that we had while we were at the hotel was when Debbie and Fancy got there, they put them in a room. Now the rooms in the lower floors sometimes can have like a mildewy smell because we are on the water and the rooms on the lower floor don't actually get the bright sunshine, right? That the higher floors get. So sometimes you get that moldy smell. And also when people turn their ACs off in the room, it brings in that moldy smell. And also they had some cleanliness issues in the first room. So here I go. Because I don't accept bad service. I don't. I can't. It's just not in my genetic makeup. I cannot. And so Debbie and Fancy are so nice. They didn't want to stir the pot. And I'm a pot stirrer if need be. And so I said, I carried my little ass to the front desk, okay, because I've stayed there. That was my third or fourth time staying there. And I said, no, okay? Oh, I'm going to tell. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for reminding me that story. Fancy, you're going to get this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I went to the front desk and they were like, I said, first of all, the room has a mildewy odor. Their sheets were not the cleanest. They did not show up with the sheets until 1:00 in the morning. And these ladies had to make their own bed. I said, for all-inclusive resort, nobody, no person visiting and paying, no paying customer should ever have to change their own sheets in any resort. Nevertheless, an all-inclusive resort, I don't want to do shit in an all-inclusive resort but shower, throw my shit on, and go to fuck outside. That's what I pay for. And so the lady was like, well, we could change their room, okay? And good morning, Toya. They were like, we could change their room. Okay, well, then do that. But then the lady tried to say, well, they have to check out of their room and wait until 3:00. Now, this was about 11:00 in the morning. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. How are you going to ask them to check out of their room and be homeless from 11 a.m. to 3:00 p.m. when they paid for their room already? There's no reason they should be in between limbo. So what you should offer is change their room, have the bellboy or the concierge, whatever the fuck you want to call them, come to the room, get their luggage when their new room is ready, and bring it to their new room. They will not be homeless. Okay? I said, go get the supervisor, because I am not. The fuck? This is not a cheap trip. Go get the damn supervisor. So she kept going in the back. End of the story is they did exactly what I asked for. But why do I have to fight for my life? Okay? They changed their room. They didn't have to check out of their current room, and they were transferred to a room on a higher floor. I do not play with service. Okay? Because I am part of the loyalty program, which means that I come to this resort often enough for you to act the fuck right. And so they changed their rooms, okay? And so that's it, and that's all, because I wasn't taking nothing else. I was about to have free stay. The fuck? I don't play around with service. I don't. Okay? And so that was another experience that we had. Now, Fancy, listen, y'all, if y'all ever have the opportunity to travel with Fancy, just know she be spending all her money to go on these trips, okay? But don't eat shit. So she spent all this money for an inclusive vacation, and I appreciate her because she came for me. She came to celebrate my birthday, knowing that she wasn't going to eat or get her money's worth in the food. And her and Debbie don't drink a lot, so they're not going to get their money's worth in alcohol either. Okay? Oh, I will leave a review. Don't worry, Toya. So we get to the restaurant. It was a Mediterranean restaurant, right? And there was nothing on the menu that Fancy would eat, because Fancy eats rice and ground beef. So every time we told the people that she needed ground beef, they were like, I was like, Fancy. She was like, I don't eat nothing else. They literally went and got the chef from the kitchen. The chef came to our table and was like, what do you want to eat? She said, a potato. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Okay. She said, a fucking baked potato. He was like, just a baked potato? She said, well, if you could put bacon and sour cream and stuff on it. He was like, nothing else? Baby, we were cracking up at the table because I was like, this bitch getting ready to get one big old potato on her plate, cut open with some sour cream on it. We thought it was going to look hilarious. Well, honey, this chef brought out a gourmet baked potato with flowers on it. I was like, hold up. What kind of fancy baked potato is this? I couldn't even laugh at it. I swore they were just coming out with an Idaho potato slit down the middle with some sour cream and some butter on it, with some bacon bits. But baby, this man came out with fancy potatoes, little potatoes lined up, opened up, decorated with all the shit on it, the sour cream, the bacon, and flowers. And I was like, that is a beautiful potato. Fancy loved that potato. I was so happy for her because I was like, bitch. Then, after she complained, right, Toya, that's why I like the resort, but you know they mess up sometimes. Then, you know, we left, what was I going to say? We left the resort after we had the baked potato and everything. Oh, then we went to lunch the next day, right? And I saw that Debbie had ground beef on her plate with some rice from the taco stand. Now, after I've been begging these Chef Boyardees in Jamaica for ground beef and rice, I looked at Fancy and I said, oh, Debbie found ground beef. She ain't want this shit. I said, oh my God, after I begged these chefs to go find you some damn ground beef, now we found ground beef and she didn't want it. So she ate French fries and something else. French fries and rice sometime. Listen, Fancy don't eat shit. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Deshaun, I think his name was Deshaun. He said, not on his watch, y'all. The waiter and the chef were both exceptional. We should have ate there every day. Let me tell you something. That's why I walked out of that Japanese restaurant, because fuck you. Because the chef in the Mediterranean restaurant, the menu was this. Oh, and she ate mac and cheese, right? The menu was about this long. He memorized that whole fucking menu. He stood at our table and he started out talking about everything on the menu, and he explained everything on the menu. And as he's talking, I'm reading the menu to see if he's going to skip a beat. He memorized every single word on that menu. It was nothing I've ever seen before. Right? I was impressed. So you're right. We should have ate there every night. Friday night, we had the opportunity to go off the resort, and we went to dinner at Drux Hall Villas. Now, if you've been to Jamaica before, Drux Hall is in, like, I think it's in Falmouth, Jamaica. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But we went to the villas. Uncle Andy, I call him Uncle Andy because Avia and Gary, they're family to me. I've been around them 30 plus years. I don't know. They're family to me. And so they invited us to a dinner because Uncle Andy rented a villa in Drux Hall. And when he rents a villa, he also hires a chef. And so there was a chef preparing the meals. And when I say, baby, the chef prepared everything. Whole red snapper, whole lobsters, lobster meat that was soaking in butter and herbs. He cooked plantains, curry goat. What else he had there? We had rice, regular rice and peas. It was so much stuff, y'all. I can't even remember. You ain't missed the whole show. We just started, Mark. A wonderful time, all right? And while we were there, we made a pact, all right? Because these guys, stew chicken, that's right, curry chicken, stew chicken. Keep going, Val, because there was a lot of shit. That chef was chefing, and he had a bartender that was making our drinks. Oh, God. We had a great time, okay? We had a great time. We would have been able to go to the Buju concert because Uncle Andy had VIP tickets and all that, but we passed on that, because it was a lot of walking and shit, and we didn't want to do all of that, but we could have had VIP access, okay? And it was just a beautiful experience. And so while we were there and we enjoyed ourselves, we made a pact, right? And I only make pacts with serious people. Okay. People that really implement and follow through and push me to follow through. And so the four of us decided that we're going to start traveling on each other's birthdays. We're going to start celebrating each other's birthdays, right? Because it's not fair to just travel on my birthday and we have other birthdays in the group, right? So we have put it out there for Valerie to pick a place. Valerie picked her place. Valerie picked Belize. So Debbie, I don't know if you know that. Valerie wants to go to Belize on her birthday. Debbie wants to go to Turks and Caicos. Fancy, I don't think Fancy picked. So we have to figure out where Fancy wants to go. Okay. And so how we're going to do it is, because I try to plan so many trips, right? How we're going to do it is every other year, we will do the Coffee with Friends and the summer soiree, right? And in between those years, we will do our birthday trips, okay? This is only fair, okay? So for this year, I think we're focusing on the Coffee with Friends and the summer soiree. I'm going to try for the Virgin Islands. I need to start working on that, okay? Next year, for Valerie's birthday, I don't know who we're doing next, Valerie or Debbie. But for one of their birthdays, we either go into Belize or Turks and Caicos, right? How we're going to do this to keep us honest is Debbie's mom. Thank you, Miss EJ. Right? She is the financially responsible person. She is a world traveler. She doesn't just go to the Caribbean islands, she goes continents. And so Miss EJ, I feel, will help realize our dreams. And so how she has accepted the responsibility of being our vacation savings. Good morning, Stacy. And so we're going to price out the next birthday trip, figure out how much it costs, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, whatever it is, between the four of us, okay? And then Miss EJ, we're going to set a budget and we're going to send Miss EJ money every month. So, Debbie, we need to talk about when we need to start doing this, okay? We're going to send Miss EJ money every month. And out of that lump sum of money that we save, that is what we will use to either book our Airbnbs, our hotel, our flights, and all of those things. All right. Yes, she's our vacation accountant. This way we know the money is there and we have to work within that budget. Okay. And so I'm excited that we came up with this new journey. I love it. Okay. And so the reason why I said reliable people, because I mean, I know life's, but listen, there's a consistent crew of people that show up. Okay. And so we're going to be doing things because we've noticed that consistency is key and that we could travel and do things together and have a really great time. All right. And so I love that. All right. So January is the month of life. Right. And we're already 8-9 days in to January. Right. And so let's talk about the message that we're going to read today before I get into the topic that I want to discuss, because something has been on my mind and I want to bring it to the table. Right. It's nothing that happened to me specifically or whatever, but it's just an assessment, something I noticed. Right. And not necessarily noticed just for me, but for other people too. I pay attention. So today is January 9th, and we are in the month of life. Life will work for me when I realize the only walls, locked doors, and prisons in my life are the ones I have built. Right? What does that mean? Let today be the day you develop a plan to clear your mind of clutter, congestion, and conflict. It is called mental health plan. Free your mind of unproductive, non-essential, potentially hazardous thoughts about yourself, others, and your life. This is called mental health refinement. Clear out all grudges, lay down all burdens, heal all wounds, and settle all debts. This is called mental health freedom. Okay? You can use this day to abandon anger, defy the defeat, forego the fear, get rid of the guilt, shatter the shame that may be clogging your mind. This is called mental health development. Okay? Once the channels are clear, you may find that you have more energy to celebrate your creativity, declare your divinity, embrace your excellence, validate your own value, and become aware of all your blessings. A clear mind will help you make required changes in your life. A clear mind will change how you see things and people. A clear mind is more valuable than a map. It is like a fine-tuned instrument that leads you to exactly what you are looking for. You must have a plan to develop and fine-tune your mental health. This plan will help you choose to whom and what you give your life's energy. You must take the time to think about what you are thinking about. You must filter through the layers of your mind on a daily basis just to make sure you are not lost in the fog of yesterday. A mental health plan will keep you from getting stuck. A plan gives you direction. Until today, you may not have had a mental health plan, a plan for the freedom, development, and refinement of your mental faculties. Just for today, be devoted to planning how you will open, free, and fine-tune your mind to bigger and better things. Today, I am devoted to developing a mental health plan. So, the message today is life will work for me when I realize the only walls, locked doors, and prisons in my life are the ones that I've built. Free yourself, right? Free yourself. Do the things that you feel your life is worthy of. You know, my hashtag lately has been I'm worth it, right? That is something that I have come into awareness of over the past 2, 3 years. I am worth it. Okay. And a lot of people walk around and they say they're worth it, but they don't act like they're worth it. It doesn't show up in their life because they're not addressing their mental faculties, right? Got to bring peace in your life. Can't get stuck in the fog of yesterday, right? Know when it's time to move. Know when it's time to release people from your life and keep going. Don't get stuck in the fog of yesterday. Don't be your own prison. Do not hold yourself behind your own bars. Okay? That is one thing that I do not do. I live my life out loud and I'm free about it, right? And I don't apologize for that. Okay, because for once in my life in these past 3, 4 years, I have been able to authentically be myself. Like I used to be afraid that, oh my God, I'm not going to get the right guy that I want to date me because I live my life so out loud. And some guys don't want to deal with that. But then I said to myself, what's for me will be for me. And I don't have to be anybody else to get what I deserve. I am who I am 1000%. All right. And who is meant for me and what is meant for me in life, I will certainly get. Right. And that is the mindset that I live in. I do. Okay. So that's a message, y'all. That's a message. What's meant for you will be for you. Don't force shit. Don't force a damn thing. My life is beautiful. I have great friends, right? And it's so crazy because I don't have childhood friends because I was a young mother. So I didn't have friends. I didn't have the time to cultivate relationships when I was a teenager, right? I didn't have time to connect with, to stay connected to my school friends because they were too busy in school and living life and I was being a parent. And so I missed out on developing and cultivating friends from a young age, okay? And so at this point, I've cultivated friendships in my adult stages of life, and I appreciate every one of them, even though it might be only like 5 or 6. I don't need a lot. Right. What is for ya is for ya. Right. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. All right. And so Happy New Year. All right. So this is a topic, and I don't have much time here, but this is a topic that I want to bring to the table, right? Because it's the beginning of the new year, and should that be scratching my ass from last year, still be scratching my ass, but I'm going to deal with things a little bit different. So I have a question. Do any of y'all have friends or people in your life, that only tap in to brag about new occurrences in their life or brag about something that happened to them, right? They don't reach out to you any other time. They don't call you and ask you how you're doing. They don't check in on you, right? But when they call you, it's simply to talk about their joy, right? I have a couple of people in my life that's like that, and it's so draining. Like they'll call me on the phone and go, "Oh, did you see I got a new car? Did you see my new house? Did you see this? Did you see that?" And then when they're finished talking about all of that, never asking me how I'm doing, never asking me anything about myself, when they are finished talking about all of that, they be like, "Okay, nice chatting with you." Do you think these people are aware that they only reach out when they want to talk about things that's happening in their life? And how do you handle that? Because I be wanting to say, bitch or bastard, the fuck you keep calling me, telling me about you never ask me how I'm doing or what's going on or anything. You just want to tell me about your life. What is that? Okay, Val, you said it's very selfish. Hillbilly said those are usually ones that go belly up. What is that? Right? How do you handle something like that? Right? Or what about the population of friends that send you their post and shit and be like, look at my post. Did you see my post? Did you see my post or whatever? And I support. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what you post. If you my friend and I support you, right? And you post a picture of yourself or a picture of your house or whatever the case may be, I'm going to hit like on it irregardless because I just love, I'm supporting you. Okay. I noticed that there's a population of people that I know, okay, that will tell me, bring my attention to their post or tag me in their post or whatever, right? Just to let me know what their daily activities are what's occurring in their life on a daily. But those very same people, they be completely absent on my social media page. So I be wondering what that is. What is that? What is that called? T-Shawn. Debbie said, I'm really thinking over here. I don't think I have anyone in my life like that at the moment, honestly, and that's a blessing. When I would hear their life story, I give them 5 minutes, and then I say, I'm about to go in the tunnel. Oh! They only find worth in things, thinking that makes them cool. Okay. Michelle said, they never think of you. I don't chase no one. I chase family nor friends in 2025. I know that's right. But don't you think it's a conversation that should be had with you and the person? Like, how do you bring this type of conversation to someone without them thinking you're being petty? How do you do it? How do you have this conversation? And do you even think they would hear you if you came to them and was like, you know what? Every time you call me, all you do is talk about yourself and then you hang up. You think they would be offended? Because maybe they don't notice. I mean, I'm going to say there's a couple of people on Coffee But Friends like that. I'm just being honest. There's a couple of people on Coffee with Friends like that. And I'm only calling it out because this show is about accountability, right? There are a handful of people, and I'm not saying no damn names. There are a handful of people that I find that they only jump on the show to make an announcement about something that's going on in their life. And then they leave. Right? Y'all need to do better on Coffee with Friends. This is supposed to be a village, right? We share each other's experiences. We talk things out. But there's a handful of people on here. Yes, it's 2025, and I'm holding Coffee with Friends accountable because this is what this show is about. Okay? Come here authentically. Don't come here just to tell me your good news and then leave. Right? Because people are on the show that need support. We need advice. Some people are going through some things. Okay. And so if you find yourself to fit the shoe that I just described, that you only come on here when you want to brag about something, please do better. I'm not calling anybody's names because I'm not here to embarrass anybody, but I'm just here to remind you that this is a village. And yes, we want to share your joy for any new things that occurred in your life, but don't make that the only reason you come on Coffee with Friends, just to tell us that you got something new. You know what I mean? And don't be the person that's not showing support for your other Coffee with Friends members. Okay? I just had to remind y'all of that, because what the fuck? Hillbilly, I know you post on Discord. So for you, I know you're on Discord and you post on Discord, and I appreciate you, because Hillbilly, when we first started, I was like, I know you don't use social media, but Hillbilly, we need to know who you are. We need to see pictures. We need to see something. And Hillbilly agreed that he would get on Discord, and he did that. Okay? He absolutely did that. So now I know that you uploaded some new pictures. I'm going to go over to Discord and take a peek. Mark said, my circle is very, very small. I brag about my best friend, which is Ghost. If I never met this man, I'd probably be still the same messed up individual. So no, I don't have nobody in my life. Michelle said, no conversation, leave it alone. My mental is priority. Val said, at Mark, I'm glad you have that one solid person in your corner. Aquanda, 19, hold up. I know. But, I got a question. We keep changing years, but some of y'all are still living the same shit year after year after year after year. I just want to put that out there, right? I know many of people keep saying they want to change their lives and shit like that. This is about accountability, right? But Aquanda, you say you 19 months celibate. I have a question. Does Andy still live in the house with you? Does Andy still live in the house with you? I thought the just joking was about her gotta go. The 19-month celibate, I don't think was a joke. So the answer is yes, he still lives in the house with you. I don't give a damn if he sleep on the ceiling, the other room, whatever. Right? I be so tired, y'all. Because some of y'all on here for 3 years or 4 years. Some of y'all been on here from the beginning. Some of y'all only been on here for about 2 years. Some of y'all are still living in the same situations that you said you were going to make changes. Right? And then we cry and we complain about how toxic our situations are. At what point do we as human beings become serious about our mental capacities? Because this is what the message was today, right? And stop settling for situations that do not serve us. We make so many excuses for staying with people. Oh, I can't pay my rent by myself. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. And so what ultimately happens, we stay in places, in spaces that fucks up our mental health, where we don't get joy, where we cannot possibly see the light at the end of the tunnel, because we keep begging to see light at the end of the tunnel, still accepting the darkness that we're walking in. Those two don't go together, right? You can't stand still in a tunnel of darkness and expect to get to the light. It's not going to work. Got to make changes. Some of y'all are still in the same situation. And Aquanda, I'm just holding you accountable, right? And I I don't find the situation funny. Um, it's sad. It is, and I'm sad for you. I am that you have a man living in the next room and you're celibate for 19 months and you're accepting less than what I think you deserve. But based on your actions, you don't think you deserve better. Year after year after year, are you making any movements? Don't cry for the light if you're standing still in the darkness. I know change is hard. I've changed men several times, cried, sat on the toilet, shitted my guts out. But I would rather cry, shit my guts out than to live in a standstill position. I'm just saying, do better, right? My hashtag, I am worth it. I am. And you should be saying the same thing. So, excuse me if I didn't laugh at the 19 months celibate and your man being, your boyfriend being in the next room. I don't find stuff like that funny. It's sad. Because I do believe that you deserve better. And there's a lot of things that has happened on Coffee with Friends that I laughed at. I'm not going to be laughing this year. Right? Because I don't want people to miscalculate my laughter and think that it's okay to continue to act the way that some of y'all might act. Okay? This is a healing platform, just a little reminder, right? And we're holding each other accountable, hoping that we do better and we be better people. But if I go year after year after year after year with the Coffee with Friends and I see y'all not moving and y'all not doing better, I almost take it personal. Because to me, that means that our discussions on Coffee with Friends is not helping. And y'all just showing up here just because. Right? This is about growing. And if you're not growing and I don't feel like the platform is helping. Right? And so I just needed to say that because, guys, let me tell you, I again do not make money off of this platform, okay? When I take these trips, I pay for these trips. Money is coming out of my pocket, okay? To be able to pull us together. Friendsgiving cost me an additional $1,000 between groceries and the chef that we had. And I live here by myself. I pay my bills by myself, but I sacrifice to bring Coffee with Friends people together because I feel like we're building something. But if you are not growing, I'm going to take it personal because this is my money that I'm investing. Right? And I know y'all are investing money too to come on these trips and have a good time, but it's more than just a good time. Hopefully we're feeding off of each other's experiences, looking for support, looking to help each other grow. I know that my life has changed dramatically since I've been on Coffee with Friends. I've met new people. I'm traveling. I'm making plans to go places I've never made plans to go to before. Good morning, Ghost. So I can see the changes in my life. Okay? But it saddens me when I see people still in the same place. So I'm going to need y'all to really ask yourselves, are you worth it? Are you worth it? And do you believe that everything that's meant for you will be for you? And not only say it, but feel it and do the necessary transitions to make it happen. With love. with love. That's my message today, because January is the month of life. Are you living? I know the fuck I am. Listen, God has blessed me with some major people in my life, right? And this podcast is how I met a bulk of the people. My girlfriend Maria, she met me on my podcast. You would have thought Maria and I were friends for years. No. Maria found me on this podcast. Okay? And one day she just reached out to me and she invited me out, and we've been hanging ever since. 3+ years. We've been hanging ever since. Okay? This woman turned around and called me and asked me, can I travel in February? And I was like, bitch, no, I'm broke. And she was like, I didn't ask you that. And I was like, well, shit, since you're not asking for my money, I'm not, yes, I could travel. And so I'm grateful for the people in my life, not because they do stuff for me, but because just as much as I pour into them, they pour into me. I'm worth it. Okay? And so that's the message for fucking today. And I didn't mean to hurt nobody's feelings or call anybody out, but y'all, come on, we got to do better. We got to do better. I don't want to keep hearing the same stories in 2025. I really don't. I really don't. I would like to see some of us progressing. That's a bet. Let's make a pinky bet on that. Pinky swear, because we are worth it. That's the message for today. Receive it. Receive it. So now that we are in January, I have to start planning my year out. Right. Let me not forget this. Right. So Valerie and I were friends before Coffee with Friends. I met Valerie when she launched her company Looks to Envy, and I went to her launch party many years ago. I don't know how many years ago was that, Val? And was that 2013? When was that? She launched her company, and I went to her launch party, and we've been friends ever since. Okay. She surprised me. She was my roommate in Jamaica. And she told me before I got to Jamaica that she was styling me for my birthday. She purchased a dress. And I was like, you purchased me a dress? Is it going to fit? Because my hips, I got big hips. And she was like, it's going to fit. But when she said, bring a thong for coverage, I was like, bitch, I don't really wear panties. She was like, you're going to need coverage. I was like, oh shit, the dress must be see-through. And it was fire, y'all. She pulled the dress out when we got in the room, and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, is my hips going to fit in it? But y'all see the pictures. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate you looking out for me. She made sure that everybody had black on, and our pictures were cute. We had a great time. And not only that, we were also coordinated for our bathing suit shoots, right? We had the white on. Okay. And so I appreciate y'all. I do. So thank you, Valerie, for styling me on my birthday. I appreciate it. All right. They wore me the fuck out. One night we were supposed to, the last night we were there, Monday night, we were supposed to go out to dinner, and I put my dress on. I had a yellow dress on, and I had my sandals on, and I laid down for what I thought was going to be 5 minutes. I heard Valerie say, Robin, get up and put your tooth guard in, which I appreciate. Thank you, Valerie, for caring about me enough to remind me of that, because I did need to put it in. But I woke up and I was like, tooth guard, aren't we going out to dinner? Bitch. She said, you wouldn't wake up. I was calling your name. I was in the bed with my dress and my shoes on. They wore me the fuck out. So needless to say, we didn't go out the last night. Sorry, Deb and Fancy. But y'all could have went out without me. I'd have woke up and realized I was in a room by myself and either came or not. I know where to find y'all. But I appreciate the fact that, Val, you stuck by my side while I slept. Thank you. And not only did she stick by my side, I woke up to food. She ordered room service because she probably assumed that I was going to be hungry when I woke up. I love these motherfuckers. I do. Thank you. And let me not forget. Oh, where is my shit? Where's my shit? I can't find it right now. But let me not forget. Thank you, Debbie and Fancy, for my t-shirts. I can't find it right now. Oh, 58 and I ate. They got me 2 t-shirts that say 58 and I ate. Thank you so much. But Debbie thinks she's slick because the plan was that we all had crop tops or some shit on. But Debbie got lucky. All right. So thank you, Debbie and Fancy, for getting me the t-shirts that say 58 and I ate. Oh, I love that. And Fancy knew that I needed a crop top. So thank you. Debbie said we made it all the way to the restaurant. And Val was like, Roy won't wake up. Me and Fancy went back to the room so fast and put our pajamas on. It was hilarious. We were fine. Oh my God. Y'all were at the restaurant? I am so sorry. Oh my God. I was so damn tired. Y'all know I sit on the beach all day. I was drinking all day. Listen. Right, Hillbilly. Right, with love. I agree. Let's kick each other in our asses all year long. Please, let's do. Because I cannot. If I go into 2026 and motherfuckers are still in separate rooms and y'all are still doing the same shit, I'm going to quit y'all. I am. I'm going to quit y'all. Let's kick each other's asses. Hold each other accountable. Don't take no bullshit. Make people accountable for their actions or non-actions. The fuck? This is what we do. All right? And so with that, that's the message. Check in on your mental capacities and hold your friends accountable. Because this is some bullshit. Year after year, some of us are in the same situation. I mean, it don't make sense with love. Okay? And so now that we're in January, I have to start planning our trips for this year. And so, yeah, I'm thinking about the end. I need to start working on the end of summer soiree. I am going to aim for the Virgin Islands to see what we can get in the Virgin Islands. Right now, I'm not pressuring people to come. I'm not. And I'm not stressing myself about who's coming and who's not. But when I get the plans and stuff put together, I will send out the itinerary. One of the things about the Coffee with Friends end of summer soiree, I would never do an Airbnb for the end of summer soiree. The reason being is that I find that people say they want to go and then they don't go. And then I don't want to get stuck with the whole cost of the house. There are a handful of people on Coffee with Friends, I don't mean to be like this, that are more committed. And I will travel with them and rent Airbnb houses because I know that they're committed. Okay. And so for Coffee with Friends end of summer soiree, although it would be nice to have an Airbnb, I will not do an Airbnb. Right. So you will book through the travel agent or make your own reservations or whatever. And it will be a resort. I'll try to get a reasonable resort where it's not too far of a walk, similar to the one we had in Mexico. And we'll do it that way. This way, if you don't pay, the cost doesn't overflow on me. You just don't go, right? I can't take on those additional costs, right? For the Friendsgiving, yes, there's going to be a house, but I'm going to try to do it differently this year. I'm going to try. My hope is that I could just get the house outright myself and collect money from folks. If I don't get your money by a certain time, you will not be in the house. I might do it that way instead of securing deposits and then going to rent the house with hopes that you guys pay the rest of your money. I'm not going to do that. So I think I'm going to secure a house based on the quantity of people that have been committed over the last 2 years on these trips, right? And so if it's 8 people that I'm talking about, and I just threw 8 out there as a number, I will secure a house that's big enough for 8 to 10 people, right? If 11 people want to go, they can't go. And this is only based on my past experiences from the Friendsgivings that I've already given, right? I have to learn to financially to protect myself as well. And so I'm going to try to get the house myself and then extend the invitation. First come, first serve, right? And again, if you are not into community sharing, don't come. What do I mean by community sharing? That means that everyone has a responsibility to participate in the events in the house. Cleaning, the games, carrying shit in and out the house, everything. This is not on me by myself to do, right? And it's not just on the ladies of the house. The men need to be taking responsibility as well. So community sharing, another learned lesson, I will have a schedule. Who got kitchen duties today? Who got this duties? Who got that duty? Who got garbage duties? I'm going to have to do that because the past 2 Friendsgiving has shown me that people don't volunteer their services, right? And we all want to sit around and drink and laugh. But I found that this last thing, Friendsgiving, that the ladies were the only ones really kind of. And then Donovan jumped up and took the garbage out and did some things. But we needed to be regulated a little bit, okay? So if you're not into community sharing, good morning, Damaris. If you're not into community sharing, don't come. Because some of y'all men just sat there looking around. Okay? So if you want to be a part of it, know that it's a community house. Nobody is catering to you. And the final thought about that is RAW is not responsible for transportation. I am myself going to these different states. I myself have to secure transportation for myself, right? And so how I do that is I secure my transportation ahead of time, and that's how I get around. I expect everybody to do the same thing. Last year, I was so fucking stressed with how people were going to get to the house. I'm just giving out the house address, the dates, show up. Okay, I cannot be responsible for transportation. Okay, last year, this past Friendsgiving, my back went out and I was stressed a little bit. And it still was a wonderful time, but I want it to be a wonderful time with me not being stressed. Okay. Right, Damaris. Well, Damaris, listen. Damaris was He-Man. She was carrying shit up and down. You know, normally I would do the same thing. That's how my back went out, because I had to carry the cases of waters. Me and Fancy was carrying cases and shit up the stairs. Thank you, Hillbilly. I am not nobody's mama. Thank you. Okay. We did. And I'm glad that you guys understood that I just could not function. I could not function. All right. And so this year, we still got West Virginia on the, I got to figure this trip out. West Virginia. That's one. I got a couple of trips coming up. I'm trying to go away with my girlfriend, Maria. I'm going to Grenada in April. I wanted to do West Virginia around June or something, right? That's a drive. And then August is the end of summer soiree, right? And then Friendsgiving is in San Antonio, Texas. For me, I'm flying to Houston because I live in Houston sometime. I'm flying to Houston and I'm going to get to San Antonio from there. How about that? All right. And so with that, y'all, that's today's message. Y'all stay kind to each other, but not only stay kind to each other, but hold each other accountable. If you got people in your life that's constantly telling you the same story month after month, year after year, and their asses are not growing, let them motherfuckers know you tired. You don't want to hear it no more unless they make a change. That's it and that's all. But with that, I'm going to send y'all out with some love and some peace and some blessings, because no matter how low, you can still go. You can. I'm telling you.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. I'm hard-headed as fuck. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Royalty Debo. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Freestyle Friday, huh? Hey, hey, hey. Hustle hard.
Every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Hey.
Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave.
I've been doing shit
my way, on the highway, and in the driveway, it's a nice way.
Huh?
Cause I grind through the climb like
What?
You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain.
Yes.
Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain
Anything you want.
anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They receive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
Huh?
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I fucking don't.
Go.
Peace, y'all. I'm